Live. Gonna record this. Welcome everybody to our Sunday morning group meditation with the council. I really appreciate folks coming in and joining in. As I mentioned before, we started doing this in December as directed by the council for Laura and I to hold these meditations with the aim of raising the vibration on the earth plane because it's so heavily weighted with negativity. It's interesting that Laura and I did an earlier channeling session before we actually are doing this group channeling session. It was pretty cool. Laura, I'm not gonna put you on the spot or anything, so don't worry. Don't be over there saying she's doing it again. But it was kind of a cool message. And it was all about judgments and the ego and not being wedded to our ego, the unlearning process of what it is that their teachings are trying to accomplish, that being the unlearning of how we've been conditioned, that we don't really take responsibility for our thoughts. We don't really understand or have an awareness for our power that we truly have. So they teach us through our universal truths to teach us all about our power so that we can harness it in this lifetime for better outcomes for ourselves as well as the earth plane. So it is an unlearning process of much of which how we operate as a means to greater happiness and fulfilling your destiny and potential on this earth plane. We're going to let Nancy back in. So I'm just going to start in a few minutes as she pops on because I don't want to keep everybody waiting. And as a reminder, the collective consciousness that channels through me and Laura, that has penned this book that I've written, is the council. And they are the spiritual, energetic force that we channel and that we will be channeling today. That brings through these messages every other Sunday for all of you, and then allows us time to pause and meditate for elevation of the earth plane. All right. So I'm just trying to wait and see if they have any real messages that they want me to talk about before, if they just want me to shut up and channel. Because this morning with Laura, they literally told me, go sit down and play with your marbles, little girl. And so they sat me over on the side while they channeled through me. It was kind of interesting. I think they wanted me to connect with my inner child so I could feel a greater sense of levity because I was feeling pretty weighted yesterday. A little heavy with the responsibility and panic yesterday, thinking about all the shit that I have to do. So anyway, nope, I got a blank, so I'm going to just go quiet and see what the council has to say. I'll be back. Oh, we are here. Good morning to all of you. We are the council, and we are bidding you a beautiful Sunday morning. You hear Kelly's computer pinging, her phone's buzzing. She does indeed have a lot that she's looking at that is on her plate. All blessings, all impassioned work that she looks forward to, even though it's voluminous. We often use her as an example for our work. She's such a willing messenger and vulnerable that she's able to be vulnerable for all of you to show you how this work works. And this is yet just another example of such, because so many of you have so many things, especially as we are about to embark upon a new week. It's Sunday. And so many of you think about, oof, the week already looming ahead, yes? And that unable to even enjoy your Sunday for thinking about what is coming Monday, what is coming Tuesday, what is coming Wednesday, what is coming Thursday, what is coming Friday. Well, we come forward with a message of learning how to seize the day, how to learn how to fall in love with your life, and how to appreciate your now moments. There will always be things to do. That is what you came to the earth plane to engage in, to have your experiences, and to be challenged, and to forge yourself into new and better versions of you each and every day. So you are blessed to have so much to do. However, how you experience it is completely up to you, and based upon what your perceptions are, because it is very true that how you perceive your life is guaranteed as to how you are going to live it and experience it. So wake up every day thinking about what you get to do. Flip the script to that of the lighter side, the side of appreciation. As we always say, glass half full versus glass half empty. Think about how you can fall in love with your life as you attack everything that lies ahead of you, because we assert that you can, that we assert that you can do it joyfully or you can do it begrudgingly. And you have free will choice as to how you experience anything that shows up in your life. There are two sides to every situation, glass half full, glass half empty. And where you place your focus and where you chronically view it is how you experience it. So yesterday, this one felt the weight of all that lies ahead of her, even though she has got joyful work that she's looking forward to. She's creating a new podcast based upon our writing. She is creating new coursework content based upon our writings. She is teaching more and incorporating the things that we are writing. She is doing so many things that in which she has set her sights on to manifest, and now they are moving into fruition, that she now has the choice to step into it joyfully or look at it as a task that is to not be enjoyed. So what we are saying to all of you is that your lives are no different. Each and every one of you that are walking this earth plane have a same general path to walk, even though your paths are unique and different. There are certain universal truths to each and every one of you, which we move forward in these meditations and in other means through her work and many other messengers to bring to you, to bring a greater awareness that there is a different way in which you could all be living your lives. And we submit that it can be much happier, much more peaceful, much more productive, much more impassioned, fulfilling, and dare we say, happy. How you look at it, how you harness the power of your deliberate focus is how you get there. And this is where we encourage all of you to have greater awareness and understand that you and you alone dictate that. Now, there has been a certain conditioning that you have all been indoctrinated with in so many different ways on your earth plane, be it even from the way you were raised by your parents, from society and their norms and values, from traditional religion. You get it from all different angles as far as the conditioning that comes from so many different ways that scream to you that you are limited and you're not. And it starts with how you think. You are taught, as we said in a previous meditation, channeled message, be nice, be nice. Well, you're taught, don't be selfish. And besides parents telling you, be nice, as one of the worst pieces of advice that you can get, don't be selfish is a close second, if not the worst piece of advice you can get, an indoctrination, because you came here to absolutely be selfish. Now, when we say that to you, it screams of a bad thing. But how can it be? How can it be? To be selfish means to honor how you feel and what you want, what your heart needs and what it wants. There's no downside to that. In fact, we were saying earlier, if people who truly love and care about you, if they truly love and care about you, do they really want you to not be happy? Do they really not want you to be wedded to what your heart needs and wants? Do they really want you to do things that you really don't want to do? The answer to that should be a resounding no. But you all being conditioned to not be selfish teaches you how to dishonor yourself and set you on course of unhappiness and not self-caring and self-loving. It teaches you to disconnect from your internal compass that is unique to you. And dare we even say your God sense. Disconnects you from it, teaches you to disregard that when that is meant to guide you in your life towards happiness, towards greater purpose, towards greater fulfillment, towards all things good, all things good. We assert that we support you all learning to be selfish. And that is because that is how you fill your cup. That is how you become fulfilled, purposeful, happy. And when you are walking around in that state of self-fulfillment, happiness, feeling validated, even if it's by yourself, seen, heard, you're going to be a happier person versus one who self-sacrifices, versus one who puts everyone else ahead of yourself for their comfort, not yours. To disregard you, to learn how to put other people first because you don't matter. So many of you are walking around with the belief systems, subconsciously or not, that you don't matter, that you have to make other people comfortable first. After all, what do your jobs reinforce all day, every day? That very thing, doesn't it? Do you have permission to be your authentic self? And is it anywhere about what you want on the radar during your work day? No. It breeds resentment in your world. It breeds negativity and discontent in your world. It fuels judgments for others. And all of this is tempered by fear or fueled by fear. Because if you don't do XYZ, you're going to go to hell, or bad things are going to happen to you. Nothing could be furthest from the truth. All things good happen from you learning to honor yourself. You fill your cup up and you give from the overflow to others. And that works incredibly well. That will absolutely make you a happier person. That will absolutely show other people and model for other people the example of happiness, self-fulfillment, what it looks like to feel purposeful. And that space breeds compassion for others. It's fueled by not fear, but unconditional love that starts forgiving it to yourself. So in these teachings, we are teaching the unlearning of how you have been socialized, how you have been raised with good intention, mostly, how you have been conditioned, even in your faith structures. We assert, as from the spiritual realm, that everything here is nothing but unconditional love and peace. We do not teach, support, guide through fear and dogma, rules, judgments, conditions. All of that, if you really check in your heart space, it feels constricting. God is expansive. If you want to check in what is godly, it should feel good. It is unconditional. It is love. It is peace. It is compassion. It is forgiveness. It is understanding. We assert that many of the teachings that you have all been taught in your faith structures are downright ungodly. Ungodly. Thou shalt not. Ungodly. Tithe. Ungodly. Do we encourage, support you giving the unhoused on the street $1, $5, $10, without judgment as to what you think they may do with it? Absolutely. That's godly. That is giving without expectation, without judgment, and saying, God bless you. I see you. I love you. That's godly. Living by the commandments or you will go to hell. Ungodly. There is no judgment from Source. Source knows all, is all, has all, needs nothing. Man needs a lot from you to feel good. Control and greed, namely, which is where all of these rules and fear tactics come from. They're limiting, and God is expansive. Know the difference. Understand the difference. And learn to go in for your guidance. You all have connection to us, to all things eternal. We live within your heart space. You are a part of us, expansive, unlimited, and you find your way to it in your human form through going within, going into your heart space for guidance, how to get there from us. It starts with your thoughts, however. They need to be unencumbered. They need to be quiet. They need to be still in order to seek out that connection and to benefit from that connection that is yours, because we are all as one. You are all a part of us. We are all a part of a whole. So you have access to all things eternal, even while in your human form. And after you are done with your human experience, you return to the oneness of all. Many who come in contact with these teachings, no matter what the platform, be it here in this meditation, you have all been called forward, been a part of this work, this elevated vibrational effort in one way or the other, and probably have been through all of eternity as part of your soul work. From lifetime to lifetime to lifetime, there's themes to what your soul chooses to experience, and this is just one of them. So we come here and connect with you all in perfect order, all in accordance to a plan, because there is a plan in place. You all have free will as to what you will do, how far you will travel along that path of your life purpose, and there is not even a judgment about that. As we said, God is whole, complete, needing of nothing, knows everything about all things, and watching everyone as a loving parent would a child on a playground, knowing that you're going to misstep and scrape your knee, there to pick you up, give you encouraging words, offer you unconditional love, encourage you to go try again. You got this. You got this. There is no judgment in any of that. There's only unconditional love. So we're in support of you all understanding this greater as your truth, as we are the teacher of your universal truths, so that you can have a greater awareness of who you are, the larger part of you, so that you can live from that space in your human form, a greater sense of happiness, fulfillment, joy. And as you do, just like the pebble in the water, having a ripple effect into your world. Love heals, judgment does not. Offer others the grace of just being who they are and being where they are on their journey, and let it be okay, whether you agree or not. Offer them the grace that you appreciate for walking your unique path. We assert, and we've probably said this before, that where another is, and which you may judge, be inclined to judge, as being not as evolved as you. You were probably at one time in that lifetime not as. But we're free to walk your path and have your experiences in order to grow to where you are now. Offer them that grace. This lifetime is not the all in all of existence. It is a mere blip on the radar. But yet, what you do with this time can have a great deal of impact on the world. And the condition of the vibration of all is no small thing. So be mindful this week of your judgments of others. We all misstep. Meaning we all, quote unquote, fail our way forward. That's how we learn. It's part of the process, part of why you came here. Why beat someone down, make them feel less than because they are doing what they came here to do? Just as you. No one truly fails. You're just learning. You're becoming. So don't judge another for how they are becoming because their journey is different than yours. As Kelly's, one of her t-shirts from our teachings, love one another, don't be an asshole. It's true. She puts our universal truths in humorous ways so it makes an impact. Don't be an asshole. Love one another. There's no judgment even in that. Manifest like a motherfucker. No judgment in that. Where do you think that word came from? It came from source energy. God has an incredible sense of humor. Don't judge. Don't judge. And indeed, this is the unconditioning and the unlearning of how you all have come to judge. That there is no judgment. You are all just merely becoming. Let that be okay. And this is the beginning of you learning about the power of your harnessed thought. How you think of things is how you experience things. It dictates your emotions. Your emotions dictate your vibration. And why that's important is because you create from your vibration. Your God in human form, you materialize things from your thoughts. Be careful of where you place your thoughts because you are a creator. Part of this journey of harnessing the power of happiness and fulfillment and all that is key in you harnessing the power of your thoughts, because it is the beginning of your manifestation process. It's how you manifest. And it's a choice as to where you place your thoughts in any given situation. So as it relates back to where we began with Kelly feeling weighted and all that she has in front of her, she will flip the script, and she has now chosen to fall in love with her life, is what she's been saying as a positive affirmation daily. And it changes her lens as to how she's viewing all that she has to do or she gets to do this week. That's another change in her language pattern. It's not what I have to do, it's what I get to do. And it changes the energy completely. She becomes more joyful. She becomes more driven. She becomes more impassioned in what she's doing. You get accelerated momentum in getting it done. You become more productive. There's only positivity that comes from that mind space. So we support you harnessing the power of your deliberate thought. as a means of knowing that it starts the manifestation process. So it controls, you have greater control over what you are creating because thoughts become things. Choose joy. Choose to be joyful in all you do. It's a choice. Choose to be happy in what you do. It's a choice. Choose you in order to get there. It's a choice. Place yourself first. Fill your cup up, give from the overflow. It's how you change the energy on your world. It's how you become happier. It's how you become more joyful. It's how you become more productive. It's how you become more purposeful in your life. If you choose to fall in love with your life, you are giving yourself permission to do joyful things. If you change your thought process or you change your intention to become, to fall in love with your life, you're going to honor what your heart wants and needs more. And that translates into action. Thoughts become action. It helps you to feel good better. You experience more positive emotions. Your positive emotions is what dictates your vibration, and it elevates your vibration, and you're creating from that elevated vibration. The same is true as when you default your thoughts into where they have been, not having any sense of control or responsibility for your thoughts. Most of you all default to lack. What follows that? Dread, worry, anxiety, fear. That's what you feel. Then your vibration moves, plummets from there, and you're creating from that level of vibration. Is that what you really want? You have far more power than you think. You have far more power than you give yourself credit for. We support your awareness of your power. And so we come to you with these universal truths so that you can learn them. And they all support you feeling better. All we are asking you to do through them is a net effect of feeling better. The answer to all of your problems is unconditional love. So release judgments, you'll feel better. Honor what your heart wants and needs and desires, you feel better. Assuming that you're not hurting someone else in the process, that really does not make you feel better, does it? But don't enable and don't do things that are against what your heart wants and desires for someone else's level of comfort. You are impeding them from their growth process. Let them figure out their stuff. They can. Don't think them small that they can't. They too are God in human form, assuming they have a soul. Again, that's a judgment. Releasing judgments is helping you to sidestep your ego. Not much good comes from the ego. It's fear-based. So, release judgments, you feel better. Identify if you are one that has not even given space or time to consider what the hell makes you happy. What the hell? Because not considering what you want or what you need places you in a living hell. It's not what you came here for. And there is no such thing as hell other than what you can create in your own mind and a reality for yourself here. Your hell is here, man-made. So let that be your exercise this week. Give yourself time and space to really contemplate what your heart needs and wants. Release all judgments for others, where they are, what they do. Just simply take your energy away, attention away from it. It's not for you. Let them be where they are, do what they do. Without judgment, they are where they are. There's not much you can do to impact that. You're not meant to, not part of their journey, unless you have a soul plan in which there was an engagement plan that afforded them the opportunity to shift that. But we can show you that what you can show them most, how you can teach them best, is through showing love and showing self-care and self-love for self. Show them the example of what is going should work for them, because it's a universal truth, it's law. Love yourself. All good things come from that. So give that time and space this week. Give yourself the exercise of releasing judgments of others as well as yourself. Fall in love with your life. Make the commitment, the intention of yourself to fall in love with your life this week, and see how your week will be experienced, how it will change. And as you look forward to all that lies ahead of you, adopt the attitude, the mindset that I get to do. And make the space for self-love this week. As you're falling in love with your life, allow that to become action-oriented. Do things that show self-love for yourself. And it will indeed be a wonderful, impactful, purposeful week. And so it is, and so it will be. We mentioned in the last meditation that we were open to taking 2 questions each week. If anyone is inclined to ask, we will do that. And if not, we will just fall silent for 2 to 3 clock minutes while we send positive intention and unconditional love and light into the world. Are there any questions that anyone may have for the council today? And so it is. So we will fall silent for 2 to 3 clock minutes with the collective intention, because it is far more powerful than any individual intention, but with the collective intention to send out love, unconditional love, and light into the world, because love, unconditional love, is what heals all. And they're gone. Well, okay. Anybody want to share anything about that message? You don't have to if you don't want to. Any messages that you may have gotten through the meditation portion, or they were doing a lot on my end. I don't know about you guys. All right. Well, thank you again. As we said before, we're doing this every other week. So we will be again back together on the 7th of April. Next week is the 31st, and then the 7th. I am actually going to be probably channeling. I'm traveling. I'm teaching at a hypnotherapy conference that week, but nevertheless, I'll be remote and I'll be channeling for you guys. Unless Laura's going to do it next time, we don't know. Laura will pop in at some point in time and channel too. It won't always be me, but whenever she's called to do it, there's no right or wrong. It's still the same message. It just comes through different bodies. So hoping everyone can receive that message that was given. It feels good to think about falling in love with your life and seizing the day of the week and looking forward to all that we get to do, and moving forward without judgment, seeing how that goes with this week, because Lord knows that's something new and different, isn't it? So it'll be a nice exercise to just have the reminder this week, not judge, release yourself of judgments from yourself as well as everyone else, and check in with that heart space. Honor what it is that your heart wants and needs this week too. Okay? Words to live by. So wishing everybody a phenomenal week. See everybody on the 7th. Okay? Love and light. Bye-bye.